Hello YouTube, Maga Supreme here coming at you guys with another reading. So for today, I decided to, let me move this a little bit forward just in case. There we go. So for today, I decided to not come with a particular spread, not do a picket card, not do any of that stuff. Today, I just wanted to just do a purely channeled message, just to let whatever flows, not really come with a set formula or something like that or a set spread. I just felt like reading. So today I open myself up to the divine source, the Most High, Father God, the universe, whatever you want to call him. I simply know him as Father. So today I open myself up to Father to allow the energy to just like flow through me and to get whatever message that I was going to get. And the funny thing is, the message that came out, like at least just to like crown the reading, was like the same message that I've been feeling like I should have gave like for about at least a day or two now. And this is going to be a message for my higher level spirits. My like this guy that I watch, his name is King of Aloha Tarot. He's hilarious. He has really good readings. He calls it his AP class, which is amazing, and I think it's like so hilarious because if you know me, you know I took mostly AP classes in high school, so it was just hilarious. But yeah, this is a message for like the higher order spirits, the intuitives, the really intuitives, like the really powerful intuitive people, like ones like me and like things of that nature. Like this is a message for you guys, and I'm gonna just like show you some of the cards that's crowning this reading. So the first card that I had, like that I pulled when I asked for a message, is this card. This is the Goddess card. The name of this deck is the Moonbeam Magic. You can find this deck on like Etsy. Yeah, you can find it on Etsy. It's done by Sapphire Moonbeam. I don't know much about her, but her deck is like pretty good. This is she just makes it with like something that she calls energy art, which I just think is just her channeling and painting. And I think like whatever energy she infused into it is like there. But yeah, this is the Moonbeam Magic Oracle deck. Really, really good. So the first thing that I got out of this was the Goddess card, and then the very next card was Magic Within. So this is exactly what I've been feeling like I should channel for a while now. And what I should tell you is that you guys, like if you're watching this and you identify as either a divine feminine or divine masculine, you know what that means, like Earth Angel, Lightworkers, Starseeds. You know what that stuff is, and you're actually stepping out into your purpose. You're not just sitting around and just like, you know, oh, I know what that means, but I don't know what to do. Well, here's your instructions for like those of you who don't know what to do. What you need to do is harness your energy, harness that magic within, and do. Plain and simple. No matter what it is, like if you're an intuitive, like Starseed, Lightworker, or like even if you just like someone who just like identify with those words and those terms, what you should be doing right now is putting your butt to work and realizing that you have a lot of magic within you. And this is also number 22, this card as well. So if you've been seeing 222 or like been seeing twos everywhere, or number 22 is like big for you. I know number 22 is a master number, which is like a number for like someone who is like a spiritual master, spiritual teacher, and that does coincide with the Goddess card. And this is definitely my energy as well, because I am a designated divine feminine, even though my masculine energy is very strong as well. But for tarot card readings, I go with divine feminine because divine feminine readings tend to be a little bit more favorable. But that's for a different topic for me. But yeah, number 22, use that energy that you have, your intuitive gifts, your insights. Don't just sit around on them. Oh, now I'm getting pulled to grab another one of my decks. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah. From my Caroline Miss Oracle deck. Like the card that came to my mind was the Dilettante. People say that card wrong all the time, like, and it's like really frustrating because I'm like, well, where did you go to school? But but people say that card wrong all the time. It's the Dilettante. I know it's somewhere up here. I'm gonna find it because I channeled this card, and I'm gonna pull it out for you guys. Just give me a second. I have a feeling this reading is going to be like all over the place, so bear with me. There it is. The dilettante. Don't be this card. Because the dilettante, and I'm going to read it to you, delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. And the shadow attribute is potential and deeper knowledge than you actually possess. Like, don't be the dilettante here, because the dilettante is someone who has like a lot of like gifts, a lot of like power, a lot of talents, like especially in the arts. And I consider a tarot card reading as like part of the arts as well, because you get to create spreads, you got to feel the energy. Is a very creative and intuitive endeavor. So I consider it a creative art. So with doing tarot card readings, or like whatever it is, like if whatever it is that you have, whatever talent that you have, don't sit around and just sit on it and become superficial in your pursuit. Don't just like sit around and just think that you can just do this or that, or, you know, I know I'm an excellent reader, but you know, I'm gonna just sit around and just do readings for myself. Like, no. You're meant to serve. You're meant to use your gifts to help others. Like, if you're a tarot card reader and you don't feel confident enough to like read for other people, what are you doing? Like, the point is for you to practice enough for you to feel confident to read for other people. And you won't ever know if you're ready unless you just like get out and try it. Because the dilettante sits on all these gifts. She has them, but she's just using them for superficial reasons. Like, oh, I'm gonna only do my readings for myself to like see if I'm gonna get more money. Oh, I do magic, I manifest with magic. I'm a talented magician, but I'm gonna only do it to work to get this new house or something like that. You know, that's fine. That's excellent. You're using your gifts, but it's superficial. The real reason why we're here, like, and we've been blessed with these amazing talents, gifts, and abilities throughout many incarnations, is so that we can do something with them, do something for the world, and not just for ourselves. Like, I'm feeling like this is like a call to all the heroes out here, and I feel like there's another card in here that needs to come out too. So I'm gonna shuffle and I'm gonna see what comes out. But this is a card for all the heroes, not that one. That was femme fatale. I'm gonna get a really good shuffle going. But this is a call for all the heroes, all the spiritual heroes. Like those of you with like real talents, real gifts, real power. It's time to stop using them for just little superficial things, for just doing little pick a card readings on YouTube of typing people up. Like, it's time to start uplifting in like many different ways, and not just like trying to do it in something that's like superficial. I don't want to knock anyone's hustle or what they do or anything like that, but the time is coming for us to like be a little bit more like bold. Like, it's time to like really just like uplift. Like, here it is. Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Yes, it's time to start uplifting and strengthening people. Like, you know, giving people little confident boosts here and there is good, but what about their personal growth? Like, what about their spirit? What about the people who are seeking something greater, something better, and something bigger than themselves? Like, what do you have to say to them? Like, what's going on here? Like, a lot of people speak from their experiences, but for those of us who are like really, really powerful readers, really, really like connected to the divine source and divine channel, and don't get me wrong, a lot of readers are connected. They just choose to do something to be a little bit more superficial with the messages that they give. Now's the time to like really start focusing our energy. Like, here it is. And divine child. Like, this is beautiful. Seeker, mystic, and divine child. For the gods, goddesses here, it's time for us to start really using our energy in a more different way. Like, to really just start, like, I'm hearing, like, because I pulled the Ankh and the Spider cards as well. The Ankh card is about, at least to me, the Ankh is about, like, the flow of energy. How, you know, this is like a body, and the energy comes in and out through the hands, and it's just, like, permeating inside of yourself. This also goes within the magic within. Like, there's a lot of power here that we have, and we need to start doing things for people who are seeking the truth. Like, don't be afraid to talk about like the Most High, the higher power, the power of spirit, and the power of the universe. Like, I'm hearing like it's time to be a little bit more inspirational, because we have a divine channel. We have a channel to the divine, and I feel like we should be doing more than just like, using their divine power to just tell people what people like about you, or who's gossiping about you, or what your sex game like. We have these beautiful gifts, and it's time for us to stop being so superficial with them, to stop just holding them to ourselves, to stop just sitting on them. And like I said, I don't want to not let anyone else do, but this is like really just like coming to me. It's time to like really step up the game, like to really just like give like really powerful, meaningful messages, and time to uplift and awaken the collective, the rest of our like brothers and sisters out here who might still be asleep. Like, it's time for us to like really start trying to like up our game and like really trying to like reach out to those people. Most definitely. So if you are a tarot reader, someone that's intuitive, someone that's like that, like, and you're not like stepping into your power and you're not really doing these things, like if you already know like your power, clearly if you're just like awakening and you don't know this stuff, like you don't really know anything about it, then you know, you got time to learn. But for those of us who are like practiced, like me, like other readers and like other people like that, it's time to up our game. It's really time to step into like the power that we have, being a child of the Most High. Because like I said, I know him affectionately as Father. And it's funny that this came out, Father and Divine Child, back to back. This is like my archetype. This is like usually what I get whenever, like, along with the monk card. Father, Father God always comes out, confirms that I am his child, a divine child, and that I am a monk in his name, that I'm here, a priest. But some of you guys, like, you really need to realize like what that truly means for you. Like, if you do tarot card readings, if you identify as, you know, this and that goddess or whatever, like if you have that stuff, it's time to start weaving a better web. Like, really start laying out more intricate plans and not just being superficial in our pursuit. Because everything that the spider does, every web, every silk, every thread that it weaves is intentional. And it's going to come out in a beautiful pattern, a beautiful design. And that's what we need to start doing with our gifts. We need to start being more intentional with our gifts. We need to start like trying to uplift in a way that's like a little bit more like higher. A little bit higher. That's all. I really feel like I should say that. Like, it's time to like go higher with your gifts, not just engaging in like little petty worldly drama with your gifts and helping people navigate that. Like, some of us, like, we need to really just like throw out stuff that feeds the spirit, that feeds the soul. And if you're not a tarot card reader, if you're someone who's just awakening, first of all, welcome to the collective. Hi, we're glad to have you. But if you are just awakening, this is what you have ahead of you for seeking the truth and becoming closer to the divine and transcending all your limits of everything that you always thought was possible. That's definitely for those of you who are just awakening, who don't really know what their gifts are or what to do. Just know that you have amazing magical energy inside of you. If you're watching this, if you're drawn to this reading, especially if you're drawn to my channel. I don't have a lot of people that really watch my videos or like really drawn to my channel, but if you're here, just know you're a spirit of the high caliber, a spirit of a high caliber, and you have a mission, you have a gift that you need to portray to this world. So it's time for you to like really learn what that is, be intentional in learning it, and really figure out what's your role and how you're meant to give back into like the world to help advance the plans of the Most High. Because I got this message before, and I got this message in a dream, and it's been reflected all around me. Like, I keep seeing that number, the 144,000, the end of the world, da-da-da-da. Like, it's the same thing with my dreams. Like, it's time for us to start trying to like wake up the good seeds, like, for harvesting. Get connected. If you truly have a connection to the divine source, you know what that means. You will know what that means. But it's time to like wake up and like uplift and like get the rest of the seeds ready for harvest. Like, it's getting, that time is like approaching, where those of us with like gifts and a like mission here with this real goddess like energy, goddess energy, you know, most decks only focus on goddess and not God, but another thing. But either way, whether you're someone that's like very intuitive and very powerful, it's time for you to start harnessing that energy, like to really let it flow through you and around you and step up into your mission and your purpose. Like, a lot of people think that, you know, just because they do readings, it's like, okay, I'm stepping into my purpose. But what are you doing readings for? For money, for for superficial things to make your ends meet, or because it makes you feel good. Like, no, but there's a deeper meaning to all of this stuff, and we have these gifts for a reason, and the reason is to serve. Yeah, we can use our gifts for ourselves because they do come without repentance, but you're meant to use it to help uplift and to like encourage and to like empower other people, like, period. And if you're focusing your energy on like the petty dramas, who's jealous of you, what's their karma for hurting you, and all that other stuff, like, there's better things that we can be doing with our energy, and there's better things that we can be doing with our time and our gifts. So it's time to like really start thinking about that a little bit more. And I don't really want to sound like the tarot authority, the reader authority, but that's the message that's disseminating into me, and so I'm gonna give it. It's time for us to like really start like upping our game, really start helping people out, like doing. And this is, I've seen this in like one channel, like two channels that I really like. They call it tarot card therapy, where you help people realize deep truths about themselves, help them grow and help them change. That's the kind of reader I am, and that's what I do on my personal readings. Even in my readings for the group, it's like to help them grow, to change, and to grow as a spirit and as an individual. And I've been met with a lot of success in that area as well, like really helping like the ones who are meant to hear the good seeds, having them like hear these messages and like grow and expand themselves. That's the aim here. That's the true goal here, is to help wake up the rest of the seeds. Get them up, get them running, and get them stepping into their gifts so we can continue to take over this world, to wrest it from the hands of darkness. It's time for us to like really start stepping into like the real mystic portion of our powers. And stop being so like superficial, 3D, and worldly with our gifts. Instead of like just bringing our gifts down, use our gifts to bring people up. You know what I mean? So if you really have a connection to the divine, really have a strong connection to the source, you should be getting what I'm saying. Like, you should be picking up what I'm putting down here. Let me pull some more oracle cards. I'm gonna do this Iris. I'm gonna use this card. This is the Iris Oracle deck. You can also find this on Etsy as well. I can't remember the publisher of it, but if you look up Iris Oracle, you can find it. So, Father, what message do you want me to give out of this deck? Hiding. Here it is. Like I said, with the dilettante, using their powers for superficial reasons, like staying out of the spotlight, not really doing what we're supposed to be doing, what our true powers is meant to be used for. We're hiding ourselves. Like I said, you're taking your gifts and you're bringing it down to the world instead of taking your gifts and using it to bring up the world. It's hiding. It's definitely hiding, and restlessness at the bottom of the deck. Like I said, it's time. Like, you can see the clock here and all the eyes like watching. Like, it's time. Like, it's time for us to stop just like being superficial with our power. Stop hiding who we truly are, like what we are meant to do here. Like, it's time to stop hiding it. And it's time to like really step up into it. And to really dive into uplifting and empowering with our gifts. Like, the time is now. It's a time for us to start being more, like I said, intentional with this, to help people ascend, to climb up this ladder. Because look, the eye here, we're being watched by the Most High. Like, the time is coming. Like, I don't know what more to say about it. I don't want to be called the doomsday prophet, but the time is coming. Like, we have these gifts for a reason, and it's time for us to start putting them to good use, and not for just superficial reasons, for just trying to make a buck or make ends meet, or, you know, I got a family and, you know, I support them with my tarot card readings. Like, okay, that's very 3D. Like, what are you doing to help advance the divine agenda? The person the person who blessed you with these gifts in the first place. What are you doing to help advance the agenda? What are you doing to help out, to raise the collective? You're helping them feel good about themselves. Like, you're giving them a nice little self-esteem boost. Awesome. But what about their soul? What about their spirit? What about their growth? It's very 3D focused, and I see that a lot with readings. And don't get me wrong, I love those readings. I still like my little 3D stuff, but I'm always left wondering, like, but what about the spirit? Like, what about the soul growth? Where's the thanks being given to the Most High? Some readers do that, and the readers that do mention the Most High and like really talk about that stuff, they're on the same type time that I'm saying right now. They know. We're supposed to be using our gifts to help uplift and to empower, to help warn of danger, and to like assist in personal soul growth. So the ones that really like talk and give thanks to the Most High, they do that because I found them and I see them. But those of us who don't, and we're just like very powerful like readers, but we don't really know where our power came from. We still just stuck in calling him universe instead of realizing that he is the source, the one, the Most High, the divine, the one and the all, the Alpha and the Omega. Like if we not really realizing where all that stuff is coming from, and we're just like reading just to read, and like just to be like real, like I said, superficial in our pursuits, now it's the time to like really step your game up, like really like seek the truth, seek where your powers come from, really like sit down and ask yourself like what's going on. Like yeah, your ancestors blessed you with this stuff, but your ancestors also serve the Most High as well. Like they're trying to point you higher, like oh no, we're just here to help, like we're just like, you know, a little bit beneath the angels, like, you know, we're just here to like, you know, help drop a little feather in your path, or like when you're feeling down, we'll come and we'll hug you just in case like the angels can't make it. They're there for you, but you really need to seek where your power comes from and like go to Father. That's what I call what you will call the universe or God or whatever. I know him as Father. So it's time to like really go to him. And like for all of our intuitive readers, Reiki masters, healers, anything that you do in terms of like spirit and mysticism, it's time for you to like really seek where your power comes from and what you can do like to do your part. No more hiding behind like, you know, 3D superficial pursuits. Like, oh, I can't do that. I use my gifts because, you know, I gotta feed my family. I do tarot card readings because that's the only way I can make money. You know, it does make me feel a little bit good to like help people, but like no, you're already being provided for. You have beautiful gifts. You don't have to use this. It's okay to use it to make money, but think about the true purpose of why we have these things, why we have these gifts and these powers. Because the time is coming and the enemy is getting restless. That's why you see so many people talking about spiritual warfare happening now. The enemy, because the enemy knows what's happening. That's why they moving first. We the slow ones here because we're still stuck doing superficial reads. It's time to start uplifting and vibing and opening up the collective. Most definitely. So let me pull some tarot cards here and see what's going to come out. These are the now look at this, the Hermit card. This is the Samira May tarot. You can also find these on Etsy as well. They're really tiny, but I love the artwork on these. They're so striking. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Hermit card too. Because like I said, like this goes in with like the magic within card and the goddess energy. Like we have it inside of us. A lot of us are like more wise than what we're doing. We're hiding. We're hiding just how deep how our knowledge goes. Like just how connected some of us are. We're hiding it because we're not stepping out into our true purpose, which is to uplift, to expand. Like to help expand these people, like expand our collectives, the people who come and resonate with our energies. We're not just there to help get them through a tough time, which is fine. I'm glad we do that, but we're also help them transcend, so they don't have to become so dependent on our energy to like get them through tough times. And yeah, that does sometimes result in the loss of money because you lose your clientele because they're healed and they're good, but no, it's really what we need to start doing. So we got the Hermit. What other card is going to come out, Father? I mean, I don't mind giving this message, but like, come on. We got the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and then the Two of Pentacles. And with the Four of Pentacles. So with the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles, like I said, we are the people with the vision, with the power, like I said, with the Spider card, with the one with the power and the intention to like weave a web. Like the Knight of Pentacles and the Spider is like really jumping out to me, because the Knight of Pentacles is like someone that's slow, but they really get to their goal. They're steady and deliberate and intentional with each step that they take. And like I said, with the Spider, like each thread that it makes is intentional and it comes out for a beautiful web. It's time for us to really think about why we do the things that we do, why we're reading, what are we really trying to gain from this? Like, is it popularity? Is it fame? Is it money? Now it's the time to really go inside yourself and really figure out what it is that you're doing and seek your inner truth. If you're intuitive, if you're a reader, if you're already doing this stuff, now it's the time to go in and like seek your inner truth as to why you're doing what you're doing, and what's your ultimate goal. Because the ultimate goal should be to uplift, to encourage, to inspire, and to awaken. And if that's not what you're doing, like if that's not like your plan here with this Two of Wands, like if that's not what you're seeing, then you need to bring balance to that with this Two of Pentacles. And like I said, 2-2, more twos. If the number 22, or if you've been seeing 222 everywhere, it's time for you to come into union with your divine purpose. It's time for you to really understand why you have the powers that you have and where they come from and what you need to do. Now, I'm not even going to, people hate being so intentional and upfront and direct, but I'm going to just say it. What you need to be doing with your powers, with your gifts. Like, it's time for you to really find that out, because a lot of us have a lot of wisdom inside of us, a lot of power, the Hermit and the Hierophant. There's things in here that we need to disseminate, and we're hiding and being superficial in the pursuit and the use of our powers. It's time to be more intentional. It's time to be more healing, more direct, and more in charge of our gifts. So yeah, that's just going to be the channel message that I'm here to give for like my powerful people, my intuitive, my readers, like everyone else. Like, you know, even if you are just awakening to your gifts, it's time for you to really understand why you have these gifts. This is the perfect time, especially when you're just awakening. This is like the time where your connection to Father, to the divine source, is like at its most precious and its most tenuous. Like, this is the time to like really seek right here. Seek the wisdom from the Most High and from the source, and to really find out why you have this connection, why you have this gift, and what you're meant to do. Because we're sitting here on a mission, we're fighting a war, and a lot of us don't even know we're in the middle of a war. I didn't even know I was in the middle of a war until I got the dream. But now it's the time to stop hiding, stop playing with our gifts, stop doing little superficial reads, even though I'm still going to do them too. But be a little bit more intentional with like what you're doing. Like, if you give private readings, make sure it's to like help wake up, encourage, and uplift spirits. Like, even if the other person might not want to hear that, like if you agitating their demons, good, because it needs to be. But it's time for people to start waking up, and that's the true purpose, our true goal, our true thing here. That's like really help uplift, encourage, and inspire. So if you like this message, if you're a tarot card reader or like anyone like that, or if you just wanted to hear what I had to say, I thank you. Make sure to like and subscribe and to share this video with anyone if this resonated. I don't know how many people this is going to resonate with. This is kind of like, you know, bossy, but I am a servant of the Most High, and I do what I do. So thank you all for watching, and have a great day.